Right, folks, it's like the stream is just coming back up now, and then we'll get into it. All right, if you tuned in last night, I know Christian was with us. You might have seen that I kind of ripped apart my WebRTC implementation. Good news is I did get all that resolved, and I've cut down the amount of ghost connections drastically. So the following morning, yesterday morning, I got on and went outside and set up a wee Wi-Fi extender and gave it a proper test. And I'm quite happy with the results. It's definitely made a huge difference. So it's going to allow for some interesting things. Like one thing I'm looking to do is just live stream a concert using Kynto, so we can have avatars attend virtually. I think that'd be pretty cool. And then we're going to just take a look and pick it right back up. I did want to note that the past month we've had, just on the streams here, have been pretty brilliant. I had a total of 28 live development streams in the past month of July, which is no small feat. But the more I do it, the easier it gets. So keep it going on. I'm just flipping through my handwritten notes here. It looks like I've got a lot of this done already. But I did put together like a little development roadmap. What we're going to do. Let me just put this on kick, why not? Alright. Did change the title on YouTube. We'll see if it has any impact tonight. But usually it's a negative impact. If we don't see any pickup, we'll just fire off a notification to Discord. Let folks know that we're here. And then I'll probably do some additional tests with WebRTC tonight. And take a look at our text-to-speech chorus implementation, which didn't sound so great when I demoed it. One of the reasons is when it comes to having multiple instances of the speech synthesizer in browser, Firefox lets us do it if we create a bunch of iframes for each speech readout, but I haven't found a way to get by that in Chrome just yet. So I'd like to see if that's possible, just because Chrome is a little bit more performant, and the main reason is Chrome has better sounding voices, which is definitely important. Okay. Let's get a mug off the screen here. Good deal. Yeah, we'll just shoot out a little Discord notification. We'll start up all of our chat integrations here for tonight. YouTube API, yes please. This fetch button should work now. Just a separate update to pick that up. Let's go start with Discord. I did make a small change to the Discord notification. Now it tags notifications, not everyone. Still figuring out the system. Let's hit it, see what happens. It's like I put a period in that message. We'll have to go remove it. I might screw up the notification tag. For folks that want to see more of my screen, if you're seeing this on YouTube, you can find me on Twitch under the same username. And you'll see my full screen all blown up. Better. Let's go ahead and generate an OAuth token on Twitch tonight. Still need to add a button for this, don't I? So likely have to persist a token under my user settings. Since I have an API for that, let us do that. And then we just extract the access token from the get parameter. Strangely enough, they use the hashtag for weird. Ooh, inactive. What happened there? Typical logs. Valid token supplied. Try that again. Alright, there we go. We're up on Twitch as well. Definitely got easier to set up all these live chat integrations as the more I've automated out. Sweet. Hey Anonymous Fox7, good to see you here. Feel free to ask any questions about what I'm working on tonight. I'll read your comment out, you'll get an avatar on the screen. Hope you're doing well. I don't think the client ID is anything to worry about. Let's just verify.
Anonymous _FOX7 says, does making the characters need JavaScript or Python?
So it's all running in JavaScript. The avatars are rendered in a canvas tag. And they're essentially just bulleted onto the screen. But all we're doing is taking like a sprite sheet of images, stacking it, layering it, and then cutting out like that specific frame and displaying it. But if you wanted to like make a new character, modify the coding, it would be, you just do that in like a pixel editor. I do have one that I coded in the world. That's actually on the list to get this up so you can persist your stuff. So you'll be able to, I don't know, draw a cool little thing for your shirt and click save. What's cool about this implementation is all these little pixel squares are actually divs, and then down here is a canvas representation of that. So we need to persist this, but right now I would just recommend, if you're gonna do pixel art for a 2D game, maybe check out Sprite. Some folks enjoy working with that. It looks like we're safe to, it's a client ID. Go posts. No, we want to actually specify that. Well, let's get it up here and then we'll muck about with it. Oops. Done.
What app or website is good for making the characters?
Let me pull up a link. No one I care about, but let's see. So if you can see this on my screen, ASE. Right. So, but you could go ahead and grab that. There is websites that let you do pixel editing online. Let's see. Pisco looks like one.
INEME says JavaScript.
So it looks like you could use this online if you want to find a little pixel editor. Yeah, this looks pretty good. Does it support layers? Yes, it does. Yeah, check out Pisco app. Pisco with a K.
Nice one, bro.
Yeah, knowledge and core excellence. Where are you? Asset authorization. Appreciate the likes. Let's update our counters. Go. Quick chooses
Car Lover says hi.
Hey Car Lover, good to see you tonight. How are you? It's night for me. Right now we're looking at automating fetcher.
Can anyone ask
Twitch.
me JS questions?
Now automating our Twitch token fetch. That's obnoxious. Wonder if we could do it in an iframe and pull the iframe's query parameters. So Twitch will block it. So block OAuth Go off in iframes. Honestly, I'm not gonna spend too much time mucking about with this. I've got plenty of other stuff to do that isn't as much of a pain in the butt than dealing with a OAuth, one of my favourite things. It's just as fun with Google, if not worse. Alright, we'll leave that there for right now. I did want to add additional. So we have a ton of components right there, obviously. Use, make things easier. One of which is these little settings toggles, and these persist on the user's account, or they can be overridden and used for other purposes. We're just setting up so they can be overridden. So I want to add a on select. I think we will allow it to dispatch it, but we want to actually trigger a callback. That's what we've got past. Probably just a value, right? Let's specify it. Always use an object when you come to lay out your method and function signatures, because it's easier to refactor in the future. You switch the order around or you add additional properties. You don't break anything. Just a little safer. As you can see, ESLint is problematic tonight, but that's okay. That's what we call this. We'll just call that value. And we'll also pass props.name. Just extract it from here and just. All right. So the feature that I was going to do for that, let's see, where did I put it? We're putting a button.
Is there any way I can get connected to you at CodeLoch?
Yeah, Discord is the best way. Let me go ahead and drop a link. Just comment on these live streams is the best time, because even on Discord, if I'm not live streaming, I'm not really on it too much, but I'm sure that'll change with time. Okay, looking for live chat. Ooh. Right, there you go, Carl Liver. Let me pin this actually. So we've got 15 folks watching. Anyone, as you just see, Carl Liver's chatting with us through the live chat. You get an avatar for your effort. Would you help me? You help me as I build this system out. Alright, what am I looking for here? We've got a ton of UIs. Where's our hide tiles? Right here. Okay. So, okay, it still works. Interesting. Open. Let's see, did I commit that change? Because I would actually like to do that right now. I'd like to hide the tiles so we can just have avatars walking around the code. I think that'd be more fun for tonight. Let's see. Looking for youtube.js, which is a React component. Doesn't look like a community. Oh, that's the wrong one. Alright, I must have submitted it. Let's see. Oh, that's right. It's hidden behind a toggle, so only my account can do it. I think that's an issue. What else could I pop it? Maybe in here. Let's pop it on the chat settings. Depending on what account you're using, you obviously get different UI. This bloody YouTube embed component keeps flooding off the time. It's this one. Okay, we can have a tile button. This guy. pop that where. Oh, I should close that. I realize that's the stream window. Right here. Oh, that's why I'm not using a sentence toggle for it there. Okay, that explains that.
Hi.
Hello, welcome. How are you? Oh, I do want to add. What the hell? I do want to add pinch to zoom for the WebRTC camera sharing. So I think we might muck about with that after I get done with this stupidness. It should be in a provider, not a local state, but that's fine. Right now I'm just using a slider for zoom level. But if you checked it out, drastically improved the WebRTC implementation. That's what I used to share my screen and my cameras and stuff. I was running into all sorts of, just memory leaks. WebRTC isn't the simplest thing to use. I built out quite a complete implementation. You can send files, you can share microphone, camera, desktop, all that good stuff. So what I want to do is when you share your camera, you could just do like a pinch to zoom like you're on your native camera app. It'd be easier for out about to zoom into interesting stuff. So we're going to take a look at that. Probably be a little bit mucky to implement, but dig into it. Alright, let's see where we're at here. Post. Send the chat. I should have a button here somewhere. Hot reload and ESLint both to kick off on. Oh. Go over here. Nothing. It's showing types. So what we're actually doing is we're having the React layer talk to the phaser, the canvas and the WebGL layer. And I use like kind of a event bus architecture for that, which ties in neatly for when it comes into implementing our servers or peer-to-peer functionality, all that like flows.
Snappo says awesome. That's 5 likes now. Your support helps others discover this stream.
You indeed. Also, make sure you subscribe. It's the main way you'll see this pop up, and you'll get to see it change and grow as it gets more eyes on it. Oh, fuck this guy. There we go. So we just want to hide our tiles. I'm going to go ahead and quickly release that. That way we can have avatars walking about the screen. What else do I have to do? Let's actually test I didn't break our movement command.
CodeLoch says testing S*** avatar.
Yes, that's a bad word. I need to get rid of pawn is a bad word, okay. I want to pull that out of the filter. Okay, movement does work. That's good.
Amer Khan says, "Are you build website or game?"
So it's a mix of both. So what I'm working on is what you literally just chatted it at me through, and it is literally a website, but it has a lot to it.
Can anyone ask me JS questions?
I can. Give me a couple of minutes here to get this code committed, and then you can shoot some questions your way if no one else gets some to you. But let's get this up there. Quick little PR review. All we're doing is adding a button to our chat dropdown. Looks fine to me. Let's ensure our client changes have already been uploaded for that. I think they have. It's a whole bunch of unstaged changes.
Joker00 joins stream new.
Have you used 3JS library for 3D modeling in it?
So I have messed about with it quite a bit. It's actually the next level I want to go to just because of DR. Have you used 3JS yourself? I think that's up there. The commit or change down here. I just seen someone joined us on the room. I had to go quickly disable people being able to open their own streams inside of mine, because the way I have it set up is I can have guests and stuff come on, but I can disable that, so it's just me that's streaming. Oh, we'll come back to that guy. So I must have just shut that off there. No, it's there. Implement toggle for hiding or showing titles. And then we're going to build up our Jenkins pipeline, which kind of makes things easier. Back in the day, it was easier to release updates to your projects than it is today, I think. That is unless you automate or use a service like a code pipeline or something else, or GitHub pipelines, whatever they call them. I think that's due to mainly leveraging external packages that are not bundled with your code until you actually build it. All right, JS questions. Let's have a look.
Look, it's me.
It is you. Got one for you.
Which framework are you using to build right now? Look, it's me. At Car Lover, how do you add an item to the end of an array?
So good question on framework. The project's split into 4 different parts.
Did I get it right? Yes. What if you want to add it to the front of the array?
4 different parts. We have React. That won't add it.
Right?
Oh, it does actually. Just to add one more. Yes, you are correct. You could also do it more complicated way, where if you've used a spread operator, which is how I would do it. It's funny.
Did I get it right?
Yes. All right, I'm gonna pause that for a second so I can respond to Mr. Can. Give me a second here.
Jenkins.
Let me find the right tab. Where are we? Yep,
Any
give me a
other
minute,
questions?
Carl. All right, to answer the question as far as frameworks, so the project itself is quite large. It's split into 4 different parts. One of those layers is obviously the UI, right? And I did go with React for this. So it's how I do my windows, all these overlays, everything like that is in React. And pretty happy with it. I use Vue at work, but I do like working with React. It's comfortable, it's fast for what it is. I know that Vue's said to be faster, but pretty happy with React. Then this layer right here is a canvas tag. So if we inspect this, you'll see it's a canvas tag. I know that's too small for you to see on YouTube. And essentially I'm using Phaser to wrap that canvas tag and write some shaders, do some stuff in WebGL. That's what we got going on there. When it comes to this little panel here, or how I actually put my streams together, this is using WebRTC. So this is just built into the browser, and it lets you do peer-to-peer media streaming. Really, really cool stuff. It works over the internet, it works over LAN, and that's how I'm able to share my screen, my cameras, and do streams out and about. And then behind all that, that kind of negotiates all the connections between people and keeps a registry of all the rooms and all the assets in the world. That's a Node.js server. Carl, I'll get back to you in a second. And I use Jenkins to actually do the build process for me. It goes ahead, it puts my code into staging, and then also uploads it to production and release. And then I use containers to segregate the database, which is NoSQL. I use MongoDB for that. And then I have a reverse proxy, which routes requests to the WebSockets server, to the Express Node.js endpoints. And then what do we have? And then there's other layers that wrap the project. So I have an Electron desktop app, which I use to do the Steam Deck implementation. And it basically just has a web view post Kynto in. But the cool thing is because I'm using an event bus architecture, I'm able to take events outside of the web view and have it trigger things on the quote-unquote desktop layer. So that's how I was able to get remote desktop working with WebRTC. I made my own little remote desktop protocol. So that's pretty bloody cool. And a similar story when it comes to iPhone or Android apps, get notifications and stuff hooked up, just do that in a native layer and then pull in my project as a web view. And that way we can give additional permissions to the browser that's not already there. There is a crap ton of APIs built into the browser which are fascinating, which I do leverage as well, like speech synthesis, obviously WebRTC, and then there's all sorts of stuff like USB interface, MIDI interface, and audio output devices API that we're going to be implementing. It's experimental, but that's fine. I just kind of need to work for my purposes, so we'll dig into that. Well, I started this project before Next.js was a thing. Let's see when Next.js came out. And I'll tell you, one of the things that I liked about the way I've created this is, say that I want to replace the client layer, the avatar, the 2D layer with Three.js. I can do that without ripping out any of my server code, without ripping out the UI. I can just slot in the Three.js client and it'll just tap right into the event bus, tap into events like add avatar, render chat message. So I'm I don't like being tied to a framework if I can help it, if that makes sense. And Next.js would make a lot more sense if this was operating as a normal website, you know, with like content that's going to be indexed by Google. None of this is going to be indexed by Google. It's more of a game than anything. So that's why I've not used Next.js for this project, but I would totally use it for other projects. Like if I was going to build a form for this, I would do it Next.js all day long. Great question. Carliver, Next.js is a good recommendation. Check out that. It wraps up a bunch of stuff for you that you might be interested in, like React. And I think is it Express in there? Let's see. It literally says it in the name. You get a lot with Next.js, so that'd be a good recommendation to look into. Give you the exposure you need for React. You'd get the exposure to JavaScript working in the back end, and it sets up a bunch for you. You don't have to worry about your bundler or any of that crap. But let's see if what I'm looking for is Next.js projects that resemble something like I'm building, that is a more of a graphical experience. That's not a CMS. It's not a web experience as much. Makes sense. I'm curious, the one part I've not dug into Next.js is how well it works with like a distributed architecture. So like microservices, how great is it for that? Like ideally, like I want to separate concerns. One thing I've noticed too in my job, accessibility is becoming a huge issue in Europe and America, mainly through litigation in America and through essentially the police in Europe. I think there's exceptions for games, so something to be aware of. Right, let's reload our client on production, see if we were able to ship our updates out okay. Yep, there we go, perfect. So what I'm going to do is reload, and I think we're still paused on YouTube. I'll pause that when I come back. So definitely a lot easier releasing updates for a web project than it is a native application. For the iPhone, you'd have to go through a submission process. That's how I know. I spent the last year at my job pulled off the Vue team to do the iPhone. Swift UI. Yeah. Let's hide our tiles. Little bit of chaos for us.
Snappo says 1 new subscriber.
Sorry about that. Sure. Interesting. The tip for anyone that does YouTube: if you do live streams and you change the name of your live stream, if you recalculate your audience or something, throws it off for a while. So we'll switch it back to what it was. Okay.
THX says I got it. Why you are not using Next.js framework, that is give you full front-end or back-end environment.
And I did cover that just a couple of minutes ago. But we're back up with our system here. Oh, I did want to cheat. So I started working on this project again during the pandemic, and it started off, I didn't even have a UI for it in React, so the UI back then was literally bulleted into the canvas tag, and that was just a pain. So some of the oldest code is what we're about to look at here. We're going to make those chat bubbles expire quicker. Yeah, I think we'll do that. So, is it add chat bubble? Let's see. Where do I set the time? Chat timeout duration. Yeah, here we go. Oh, I do have that as a set already. So this is kind of cool. I can actually just update all this dynamically without changing the code. Probably go ahead and do that. And I do have a bad word to pull from the filter, so I can just use MongoDB Compass to connect to my system here. I just have a local tunnel locally over SSH. Let's go right in. What we're looking for is two things. I'll do the bad words registry here, so I'll get flagged for it saying something bad. Oh, right. So this like pawn shouldn't be a bad word. We'll go ahead and delete that. And then we're going to go into our configs. And I have different configs depending on which domain you come in, or which config you load, which changes what you see here. Like there's even a version of this project where you don't see any avatars, and it's just like a chat app with like WebRTC media streaming for calls and stuff like that. But let's see, where's our chat duration? Is it ignoring it? Okay, it's called chat timeout. 30 seconds, but too long. Let's change it to 6 seconds. And we update that. And then I just have a request to flush the cache. Let's see.
One new subscriber.
Oops. What's it called? System? So now if I reload, chat bubbles will time out quicker. We don't have to do any code changes. It's always a good idea if you can set up like functionality toggles and config settings that you can just update on the fly, especially if you're doing app development web. It's easier to push code out, but you don't want to push a code change for something small like changing the duration of a chat bubble on the screen. Just find having some simple rules like that will just make life easier. Let's be honest, coding projects, as they grow, and you spend more and more time in them, you build up tech debt, you build up all this stuff, and it's easier to just drop it. And I think that's why a lot of people don't get things done, don't go as far as they should. Alright, let's just test that.
CodeLoch says testing chat readout.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah. Let's go ahead and hide these titles again. It's persisting setting, but we don't have it listening for it just because of how tiles are rendered. It's not reactive. Some of that, maybe. So we can save that, whatever. Add an other toggle to disable items as well. Maybe that's worthwhile doing. Let's reuse the existing. You could just cast a boolean into integer. Breaking my rule for nesting here. Yeah, we'll go. Someone spawned in from where?
Dylan R says hello.
Hey Dylan, how are you? Good to see you, buddy.
Very, very good.
Awesome. Yes, Lent, where did you go? Let's see if I can remember It's been a while since I touched this client-side code. All right. If it names is under item. Okay, why would that be under that? Oh my god. In the future, as we get further along with our WebRTC work, I'll come back and just rip all this out and do the FreeJS client instead. But there's so much functionality built into this, like it's literally a world builder. So that's why I haven't. You don't have a method to just set all the items up? Should be one under title.
Snapo says awesome, that's 6 likes now. Your support helps others discover this stream.
Oh.
Why is
That's
the
a good
background
question.
black if Kynto?
So I just coded a little button so we can turn the tiles on and off. I could turn them back on.
In electric.
Let's go. If this code's been commented out for as many years, it could just go. I always got source control to have a look back. So no, that's junk.
OPK.
Yeah. Activate items. Would we want to deactivate them? That would hide them. What would that do for our pathfinding? Look. So the whole activate and deactivate for tiles and items is to like allow you to have rooms composed of like hundreds of thousands of tiles. So we just render the tiles around the user that are in the viewport. And, that's what's going on there. And when you activate them, like a tile or item can have a plugin, so they get turned on and off depending if it's rendered or not.
Autocorrect is annoying.
Oh, I know that much.
Discord_Merbros15 says testing Discord.
It's much nicer to use Discord, isn't it? It's obscene how much code is required to do stuff when you're moving pixels around the screen. Okay. No problem. Oh, and do you think it looks better with the tiles on as opposed to just avatars on the black background? Let's see how it would look. Probably. We need to work on the logic that spawns avatars in.
How long do you think I should keep my PFP?
So you get more people to laugh at it.
I like tiles on.
Yeah, I think I like it too. I think it makes more sense when people come in. So we'll leave that as is. Might have to go ahead and end the stream early tonight though. It's been the first night we've done a stream, we got 0 subscribers and 200 views. It's pretty crazy.
Without tiles, it looks like a void.
Yeah. My first streams when I had no one on here, which happened for months and months and months, I called them coding into the void. Interesting. Is it supported by Firefox? Let's see. It's only supported by Firefox? I'm confused. Did we see it work on Chrome? Maybe it's just not updated. Transient user activation. Alright, let's try this real quick. I want to see what that picker would look like. We'll dump it for a test.
Testing delay.
How much is the delay on your end?
"15 seconds.
Holy crap. I'll see if I can tweak that in the stream side, because it's instantaneous. When I see your message on Discord, I hear it in my earphones, so that's crazy. Make sure you're like you're not behind on the stream, because it shouldn't be that much. Like, not for Discord. Interesting.
Lena, test one more time.
Okay, so this is an audio picker for Firefox. Interesting. Now we get device ID back. Very cool. I wonder if I can set the audio output to speech synthesis. I'm not sure how to do that.
10's now Discord.
I'm testing here.
Bummer. So we cannot override the speech synthesis output, audio output, like we can for videos. Interesting. Yes, information. We have to do that here. With mediation. Oh, it's sync ID.
Why is this message not being read out?
I am not sure. Genuinely not. Sometimes the AI mod doesn't let the message through. You can see real quick. Yeah, so the last message you did send did get category flagged. I'm not sure why. Let's see. Autocorrect is annoying. We could see what control I have over improving that. Because I want it to be, you know, cautious, right? AI mod has to be good. Can't risk any bad messages getting through. It's not worth it. But I don't want it to, you know, if you say autocorrect is annoying, it shouldn't be flagged. I can show you the result that I get back for it. So your message that got flagged, let's see, where was it to? I've seen it. Okay. So yeah, look at this one. So this was the AI assessment, and it says category flag true. Scroll up, look at the category that flagged for it. Where did it come through? It's false, false, false. What I'm probably doing is I have my own check. So based on these scores of these numbers, any of these are over a certain threshold, then I cut it out and see which one would be the highest. Maybe harassment or threatening. So we could turn that down a little bit. Because it didn't flag in the response. It's like I just have it ultra sensitive, so like I take this response instead of just this, and then use that. But at least we know why it's skipping some messages now. It's not a problem with the implementation, it's just the rules. What I'll probably do is have it use a dynamic rule set so I can tweak it live until we get messages through that we want through. Alright, so for browsers that support it, I want to allow the media stream to control that audio output destination. You can see all the different variants that support screen share, audio, voice. Voice is different than audio because I have like voice isolation and auto gain control and stuff that's not set in audio. Or you can play music into the stream that would filter it out, the high and low frequencies. A lot of tweaking to get this working. Curious on Kick to change which category this goes out to, so we actually have a chance it's been discovered when the It's almost 5 AM my time, so I'll probably have to start shutting it down once I get that figured out. I remember when I set this up it did. Okay, here we go.
Bye.
Okay, see you later.
See ya.
See if we can add that back. Oh, this is gonna be rough. Where's a mask? We want to release this feature for a while. Lets us use TensorFlow JS, a little machine learning model, to extract a face, and then I can blit that onto an avatar. But one of the bugs with it is I have it rendering in the background as well, so I need to fix that. Why aren't you showing? Let's go to another room. No longer working. Oh, there we go. Yeah, look at this. we have to work on the layering a little bit, but the whole idea is, can I zoom in more? You hold up like an object to turn it off. All right, let's get that out of the background, and then we can release this. Shows it there, that's fine. But we don't want it in the background. We don't want that at all. Just check the height of it. Let's see, is it 64? About 64? Yes. Okay. Yeah. Video and video height. All right. Let's just be gross. For video reference here. Ooh. Can we pass that through? In. Yeah, that works. Now we're no longer setting our background, but I can do my pixel face. Look at that. That's funny. We'll tweak it a little bit, you know, so it hides if it's on the back of your face, or make the hair cover it so it looks a little bit better, and then make it a circle. But that's better than nothing. If I look away, it deactivates. Let's see if we connect over another device. Is it smart enough to filter it out? Ooh, what's going on there? Nice. Test 1, 2, 3. But oh, it's funny. Cool. You can see my phone. It's putting my face on the avatar. Like, jump in. Sick. Now let's take a picture. It's fucking ridiculous. Here's in buttons. Getting this to be a circle is a little bit of a biatch. We're copying this over to a texture. I'm trying to think the easiest way to do that. Also, the layering, not ideal. I don't know if it's just better just to hide the avatar's head completely at the top and just have like the user's face on it, kind of like a little South Park situation. Let's take a look. Draw a video mask. I think this is the logic set up here. We can apply a mask to it. Yeah, I think we'll just release this for right now, so we can at least have something out there. So we're just going to go ahead and release this little feature. So if we have a, like Walter comes on and plays a game of chess with me, I'll be able to share his face just like that. Super simple. Happy enough. Okay. We'll line this up, then we'll test it on live, and we'll shut it down, guys. So make sure you're subscribed, make sure you follow. See something cool happen. Look at all these avatars that came in chat tonight. It's a result of live chat. Most of the people who came on tonight or people already know about the project though, which is good, but where do we make that change? JS. So a couple of changes in here. Okay, then we want to go and actually add this to our buttons. Put this down. Ooh. How do we end up with that?
Car Lover says, look, it's me.
Hey, welcome back, Carl. Check this out. You've probably seen it from the Discord, but this is using TensorFlow JS. So you can do some machine learning stuff in JavaScript. This is what I decided to do with it. This uses a model to extract a face, and then I'm just drawing it on the avatar. Just walk around. It's all real time. And like if I put an object up in front of my face, it'll just turn off. So I'm going to release that. So we have to fix something over here. I don't know how that would have happened. What the hell? There's no way that's out publicly. That's crazy. Oh, back. What's happening? Why don't we hear your message read out? Let's see what he said. Hey Jim, welcome. So you get an avatar in live chat, it reads out your messages and stuff. And I just sit here and live stream code it. I just set this up so it draws my face on my avatar. It's kind of like a little, the simplest way to say it would be a streaming overlay, but it does a lot more than that. It's also how I share my desktop and stuff so you can actually see the coding process. Like, oops. It's hooked up to Twitch, Discord, and all that good stuff as well. But every avatar on screen is something that's like interacted by chatting. Should be happy now. It's not. It's not. Okay. So now we can get back to what it's doing, which is adding a button. Let's see. Oh god. These are avatar mask. Here. Here. This guy. We stop hearing chat readouts. Okay, there's our avatar mask, but it's disabled. Why? Let's test it again. Okay, it's extracting my face. It's happening through TensorFlow JavaScript. And there we go. Let's get that up. This way we can have guests on streams. You could share the microphone, but maybe just want to share their face, like for reactions, but not like their room or whatever. So we'll go ahead and release this. You can find Discord link in the chat, and there's like different profile links as well, where you can find the Twitch chat, so you'll see more of the code environment. And typically, we have the TTS system up. It's custom coded over here. Everyone gets unique voice, unique avatar. That is working. I can see stuff on stream, but the speech synth in the browser crapped out. And I'm coding something cool as well, where it's going to be a text-to-speech chorus, so we can connect to like big streamers' chats and like record clips that people react in. It sounds like chaos. It's awesome. Okay. We'll release that. Let's go ahead, fire up our Jenkins build process. We'll just be doing that on the React layer right now. And then that should get us what we need. Give this a wee second. And then once I reload, we should have the TTS system back as well. It's almost 6 in the morning, so I'll probably get some sleep for work after we confirm this works. Interesting. I guess I have it mute as well when you go undetectable. Very cool. That's sick. Where are we at in our build? What we'll see is if I could get on earlier tomorrow and play a game of chess with Walter. That was always a fun thing. And have him come on, share his microphone, and just share his face into an avatar. We'll mess around with that for the stream. Let's turn off our mini map. I also need to add some camera modes so it's easier to follow your avatar. So you can reinitialize that. Where are we? Almost. Green lights across the board. Perfect. Right, time for a reload. We'll test this out. Oh no, OBS crashed. Is this stream down? I'm scared. That's why we're not getting audio. Wow. Hopefully it's coming through for you guys. I don't think it is. Test 1, 2, 3. Okay. Transmitting that. What's going on? Alright, well that's it for the stream. OBS did crash, so make sure you subscribe.